Welcome in to Park Disc Golf. Today we are playing bag elimination at Cowan Lake State Park. Hit the intro. So Cowan Lake is a pretty hard course. I'd say for around here, it averages at about a +8, and I'd say the best I've ever done here is about a +5. So how bagged elimination is going to work is we're going to have basically, if you get a bogey, a random wheel generator will select a disc that I have in my bag, and it's going to take that out, and I can't use it for the rest of the round. However, if I birdie, the wheel puts one back in. So I don't get to choose a disc that I lose, and I don't get to choose a disc that I gain, but I have to play there from what disc I have. So hole 1 here is a par 3. It's 197 feet. It's just a little hyzer to the left side over here. I'm gonna throw the zone and just nice and easy, probably won't even walk up, just get it up there and try to get it close for a first birdie. If I birdie hole 1, or if I birdie and before I get a bogey, it doesn't count. I don't gain any disc, I don't lose any disc. So like if I birdie hole 1 and then I bogey hole 2, the only thing that happens is I lose a disc after hole 2. The birdie on hole 1 doesn't set up or make the disc come back in my bag. So if that makes sense, here we go with hole 1. I forgot to mention, I will be playing 18 holes today. So if there is a tap in putt, I'm just gonna move on and go to the next hole. So no sense in letting you guys just see it drop in. So luckily that was just a par. I know I missed the putt, so no harm, no foul in hole 1. Just a little warm up. I am trying to beat the +8 that is set through the U-Disc global average. So no harm, no foul, still at a positive. The hole 2 here is 250 feet. You can play it 2 different ways. You can try a forehand hyzer, or you can do a backhand Annie. I think I'm gonna try the Athena on a forehand here. Just hit this gap right here in the middle, and it's just to the right. So let's see if I can get up there with the Athena. Oh, that's gorgeous. Get right. Okay. That should be able to play. That should get us up and down for a par at least. Maybe give us a long birdie look. Okay. That works perfectly. That's a par. All right, we end up even through 2. Just going to take a zone here on hole 3. It's a par 3, about 228 feet. Forehand right through this left gap. Hopefully just kind of stays and then hyzers at the end. Left myself with a nice little gap. You might not be able to see the basket, but it's just right up here, dead straight. I have a nice easy gap. Just probably a forehand zone right here. Beautiful. Absolutely parked on the hole 4. All right, so in terms of pars, we're good for bag elimination here. But in terms of score, I would have loved to have gotten a couple of those last holes on birdie. The front, probably 4 or 5. Well, actually, this is hole 4 here. This is a little harder hole, but the front tends to have a little bit more easier scoreable holes than the back does. So stay tuned, because I'm probably losing disc in the back. For the game, hopefully I don't lose a disc, but hole 4 here is a 175-foot par 3, just straight up the gap here. I'm gonna try the Alpha here. I always hit these trees in the middle. They're just perfectly placed. But I'm gonna try to anhyzer this because it naturally does that. Hopefully I can just get through and it kind of just goes and comes back towards the basket. So that's the plan. Let's see if we can execute. Oh, perfect. Now get down. I'm a little long. Hopefully that didn't just go into the road. If it does, that is OB. I'll be putting for a par from a distance. So good throw. I got through it. Landed just in the ditch right here. So I am good. Should be able just to par this one. Definitely going to try to run it for a birdie though. Oh, no. All right, so we made it through the first 4. still even through 4. Hole 5 here is where it starts to get a little tricky. This is a 434-foot par 4. Definitely one of the harder holes on the course. Kind of need to execute the first shot to get up to the second shot to even have a chance to approach with a tight gap. So on this throw, I'm probably going to try the alpha again. All I'm trying to do is make it past those down logs. Just need something that goes, gets right, and then just kind of fades left at the end. So that looks so good. There is road OB on that left side. I thought that would get more right. It usually antes whenever I throw it on hyzer, but I'm up there and I'm not in a bunch of trees. Hopefully I still have a look though from that left side. Well, you should be able to see the basket through the trees right here on the right side. I landed right next to this big tree. This should be an easy just pitch up, lay up next to it for par. Oh yeah, absolutely par. Let's go. That honestly on hole 5 was a big par to end up getting. That hole, I am notorious for getting a double bogey, triple bogey, double par, but this is the course that I first came to and started playing. I absolutely love it. It's definitely more technical, which I tend to struggle with more. So being even through 5 right now, I'm delighted, but also I'm just trying to get the first birdie and, you know, get my confidence because I want to score, but also I'm happy that I'm staying at par. So hole 6 here is 225 feet, dead straight through the path. At behind the basket, there is a hill. Throwing the buzz is probably too much disc here. But I'm gonna try to throw it easy, let it ante a little bit, come back. Really just want to try to get this close so we can get a birdie. Ties are too much. Kick right. Oh yeah, okay. That kick didn't put me in location for a easy birdie, but it put me right in the middle, and I should be good to give this a run and or just lay up, take the par so we don't lose a disc to the wheel. Too short. That's parked. Par on hole 6, moving on to 7. Hole 7 here is another par 3, 250 feet. Goes straight through this tight initial gap, and then it hyzers to the right. So forehand, onyx here. That's how Paul McBeth says it, and I think it's silly because it makes you think of Pokemon, like the rock type onyx, but I always say onyx. But I'm gonna go ahead and start calling it onyx, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a forehand here, try to really hyzer it out there, let it come back. So let's just try to stay in the gap, but don't hit any of the hanging tree branches. This hole is either a make it break it, or like you're gonna hit the gap and do great, or you are just gonna miss it entirely and then it's a bogey or a double bogey. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh. I feel like this challenge so far has played more into what I do anyway, where I'm trying to just par everything. So I'm trying to be more aggressive here. I'm trying to get you guys more birdies, but at the same time, like, I'm trying not to completely screw myself. I want this to be fun. I thought, you know, historically, I'm not very good at this course, and I might be losing some disc to the wheel. But if I don't get up and down here, this could be our first one lost. I ended kind of over here to the behind this down log, so I might have an open gap, but I also might be kind of cut off. So let's see if we can get up and down, save the par, and maybe try to birdie the next one. Oh, too far right. That is not good. That puts us in jeopardy for our first wheel spin. Let's see if we can knock down the putt. About an 18-footer here, up against the tree stump, through a little bit of a gap of trees here. Let's see if we can knock it down, man. This would be an awesome par to get, but also, if we miss this and get the bogey, we lose our first disc. Hopefully nothing important, but we lose our first one. Too short, no! That's our first wheel spin. So we bogeyed hole 7. We just spun the wheel and we lost the pilot. Rest in peace, pilot. But let's see if we can earn you back here. Hole 8 is a par 4. It is 407 feet. However, this plays as one of the more difficult holes, as there's a very tight gap right here up the middle. You see all the trees and then the down tree. So I'm gonna take the alpha again, see if I can't just hit the gap, maybe get a little right, a little spin, and just hit up there somewhere that I can approach up and save par. This one is a very difficult birdie. It can be done. Now get right, kick right. Ladies and gents, that puts us in a very tough spot. Hopefully we can keep this to just a bogey as I'm throwing 3 here. And we could lose 2 right here at the double. So zone, get right through this gap, get up and down. I'm probably playing this as a bogey, so probably losing at least 1. Just want to get through this, land up there by that first stump or the down tree, and then just approach again, and hopefully we're just a layup or just tap in. So that's the plan, see if we can execute it. Oh, yeah, this might be a double or triple. I might lose 3 right here. No. Pretty demoralizing hole right there. I just went from a even through 6, and now I am +4 through 8. So tough hole like that. It happens. Definitely should not have been a triple, but that's how it goes sometimes. So these next 2 are definitely some holes that I can gain some strokes back on, hopefully, and let's just improve, do better. So that's all we can hope for. Let's spin the wheel and let's see what 3 disc we just lost. That wheel spin was absolutely brutal, man. I just lost my putter and the Star Animal, my 9-speed Jade, and my Trespass, which I was hoping to use every single one of those discs coming up here on the back 9. But moving forward, let's just try to get them back. So hole 9 here, 250 feet. It's another par 3. I'm gonna take the zone on forehand. I'm gonna try to throw it hard and high to the left side, let it come back. Hopefully end up back in that little, where the trees are. You can see the basket where the trees kind of circle right there. I want to call it a cove, but I know that's not right. But that little pocket, I just want to land there. I usually throw a hyzer or a forehand or backhand hyzer at that dead tree and let it come back. But I feel like sometimes I do that and I put too much and I end too far left. So I'm gonna try something different here. Go in the zone again. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, I almost hit metal on that one. If that stayed and didn't go deep into the woods right there, I have a layup birdie. Let's go. That's a disc back, baby. And we get down in the score, so we get back to +3, which keeps us in line to also beat the global average.